Hachapu, Haruna Fair. Glad everybody's here. We got a good thing planned for us. Let's get ready to get into it. We're going to get started. This is an opportunity for us today to start with our Shiasha. As usual, we're going to pick up our Asar Stance. The all-over body check-in is something folks should be already doing. So they should be getting that in, checking in, doing that every day. We're going to do a little bit of that before we get into our Asar Stance after the Shiasha, just to make sure the shoulders are good. Okay, hopefully even walking around a bit, and so the feet should be okay. We won't get into that, and then we'll get into the hands and the other pieces later on. Then we'll get into the Qigong, of course. We're going to get into the form. But as we get into the form, since we're still in the full moon cycle, we're going to do the lunar cycle together. Then we're going to get to our breathing exercises. We're going to revisit the stretches that we do around the hips and hamstrings. And we're going to do some slightly different ones. Today, we're going to do some standing work to work on the hamstring, to work on the hips, to work on strengthening the legs the way we would normally do. Okay. And then we're going to get to our wisdom from the sages of the ages. Hope that everybody is ready and that we're ready to get moving. I am. So, without any further ado, any further delay, let's get to it. And we'll find ourselves in Uatchit position. Readjust so we can see the feet. Excellent. As you see, our sun coming from the east in our winter and our head into fall time has blessed our room in ways that bathes me in light. And at the same time, shifts the camera relationship. So you should be able to see me. That's why I went with the short sleeves, black shoes, and the white pants. So you can get a better look at the feet due to the contrast. All right, there we go. And we bow in. To all the masters that have gone before us, we bow. Teacher to student, student to teacher. And pyramid hands. Shifting all the way to the right up on the left toes. Stepping left, a little wider than shoulders width, heel first. Balancing the weight. Sit down. Open the hands into a Asar Stance position and begin. Pyramid hands. Holding the golden orbs. Rotating the hands into oneness. Into the turtle. Out to the drawbridge. Point the hands between the legs for 2 breaths. Into oneness. Rabbit through the chute. Into oneness. Elbows. Into oneness. Right hand on top of the left hand, palms up, thumbs touching, arms and hands not touching the body. Rotate the left hand on top, palms are facing each other. See a ball of golden white light, like the sun, in between the palms of the hands. Into oneness. into the turtle, out for the drawbridge. Point the hands between the legs for 2 breaths. Enter oneness. Pyramid hands. Drop the left hand beneath the navel. Extend the right. We're going to begin by tracing the Tai Chi diagram. Stop, come to the center. Return the right hand. Bring the left up. Shifting all the way to the right, sliding the left foot in. And shake it out. Opposite hand, opposite leg. Excellent. Feet parallel, shoulders width. Into the Ka position. 2 breaths. Palms facing the head. Palms facing forward, 2 breaths. Shift and pivot into the Dua position, 4 breaths. Stepping back. Bring the hands down into the gathering. All right, shake it out, opposite hand, opposite leg. Excellent. So now, want the hands like this. So you're gonna breathe in and bring that left hand up. And as you exhale, you're gonna exchange hands. Inhale. Exhale. Remember, we're doing the bellows breathing. The feet are parallel, shoulders width. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale.
What are you doing with your hand at the top?
Hand is here. So still bent. The arms move. All right, so it just comes over. It's here. And as it comes, because the arm moves, great question, the hand comes down in front of the face. And it isn't exaggerated in terms of the bend because the arm has moved. So breathing in and out. Okay, keep that right hand up as you breathe in, bring up the left. Okay, as you breathe out, reach for the sky. Okay, breathe in, reach some more, breathe in, press some more, breathe in, stretch some more, turn to the right, turn to the left, front and center, and exhale and up on the toes and down. Shake it out. All right, Uatchit position. Gonna get into our short form. Sinking down, shift the weight. Step to the left. And we begin the short form. All right, shake it out. And we're here together. We're going to get our lunar cycle in. Uatchit. To the right, step. Shift and pivot. We're going just to the lunar cycle. Here we go. Sunrise one more time after this. Shake it out. All right, Uchi. One more time for the short form to the right. Here we go, sinking down. Shift the weight and step. All right. Excellent work, everybody. Now, I'm going to expand this a little bit and you won't have to focus on the feet so much. We're going to be looking at the upper body as we do this. All right, so we're going to be feet parallel, shoulders width. So I want to get a little forward just so you can see the whole body. So what we're going to do is, a lot of times we do this in the Taiji Chuan at the beginning. This is sunrise over the mountain, sun sets. But what I'm going to get into for this part is we're going to actually work on stretching the hamstrings and stretching and elongating the back. And so it's a little different from our Qigong exercise. So what we're going to do is bring the hands here, not a pyramid hands, but hands, thumbs crossed, right here on top of the sternum, thumbs on top of the sternum. Going to breathe in and out. In, out, in, out, in. As you breathe out, bend over forward from the waist and reach for the floor. And breathe in. As you breathe in, curl up with the back. Bring the arms up, straight up in the air. And if you can, arch back, take the head back. And you breathe out, coming forward and down again towards the floor. And in again, curling. And out. In. And out. All right, drop the head, let the body just hang here. Breathing normally. On your next in-breath, curl up. Right back into starting position with the hands here. All right, now that's something you can do. The way I like to do that when I'm really into it, particularly when we're on the fast, is I set it up and I do it for each hour of the day. I do that many. So you go up and back. So we did it 3 times as an introduction. So now if you can sit crisscross applesauce or simple lotus half, which is where I normally sit. we can get into our breathing exercise. But again, that exercise is very good for the whole spine. Actually good for adipose tissue at the belly. It's good for stimulating the digestive system. And so as you're moving through your day, it's something you can do. And to keep it fun, I like to do it. So like right now, whatever time it is, say like if you're doing about 9 o'clock or at noon, you just do 12 breaths right there, up and down, and then back to the starting position. And then in the afternoon for fun, I use 24-hour time. So 6 p.m. would be 18. So you do 18 at 6 p.m. You'd have a little fun that way. And so you could either have fun if you're up at midnight, you know, out under the full moon practicing our work. You could either do 24, or you could just go down and just kind of do one and let your body hang and let it feel, let your body feel that natural stretch with the pull of gravity. All right, so we're sitting here. You're going to take the right thumb and index finger, place them palm up on top of the knee or the thigh, sitting tall. You're going to take the left thumb, block off the left nostril, middle and index finger in the center of the forehead, sitting tall, breathing in, out, in, out, in, out. Fire breath. Deep breath in. Out. Switching hands, no breath. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Fire breath. Deep breath in. Release. Both hands, thumb and index fingers touching, palms up, resting on the knee, thigh, breathing in. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Fire breath. Deep breath in. Chin down. And release. So we're going to, like I said, do a brief overview of the leg work. So we're talking about in terms of the stretching. So I'm just going to walk through it real easy. So if you want to stretch out this left leg, keep this right leg bent, you want to bring it to the center of the body. If you can, the heel in the center of the body, right down the center, aligned with the navel. Okay, so if you want to know what center is, you want to keep this left foot pointed towards the ceiling. You come your hands up, you turn, you lay down and you stretch. Remember, the goal is to keep that bottom of the left knee on the back of the ground. And you may notice that you're more flexible to one side than the other. You come up, you hug the knee on the other side. The opposite foot is still pointing to the sky. And we come up again. We go down in the center. We come up, we switch. So now that left leg is out, right leg is in the center. You don't have to do it the way I do it. You want to do it how your body works for you, right? Okay, so again, we go, we turn, we lay down on top and stretch. And we're going to come back. We're just moving quickly again because this is just a review. You'll come back, toes point to the ceiling, the sky, hug the knee, come up, down in the middle. We come up, bring the foot in, and remember the feet, bring the toes and the heels together, the sole of the foot is together. You want to do it as far away from the body as you can keep your feet together. Reach forward, grab for the toes, and then you'll put your head down. Then as you come up, you grab these ankles, you bring them in a little bit, so when you lean forward, your elbow rests in the center of the space between the hip and the knee. So the elbow sits right there, should be right on top of the groin. You should be able to press down gently as you lean forward. Very gently, we talked about this. Come up and then you slide the knees in a little. You come forward again. Then you bring them in as far as you can. The goal is to keep the knee height the same all the way in. You stay here and you breathe. Then you, as you exhale, you're going to shift the legs out straight as you can. Back of the knees on the ground. So wherever it is for you. We breathe in, reach for the toes. Whether that means you're grabbing your knees, head down, or somewhere between the knees and toes, you reach for the toes. That's the goal. Okay? Then you come up. And since we've already done our breathing exercises, we've already done these other pieces. Now it's time for the wisdom from the sages of the ages. And so let's get it in. And since I'm right here, close up, there was a question during the Qigong on how when we're doing the alternating hands, the hand comes up and it comes here, okay? And then it comes up and it alternates. And so the hand is here, but the hand stays bent and it's the action of the arm that brings it in front. The shoulder stays relaxed, okay? Just want to make sure that we review that so folks are able to get that in.
And then they both come above like this?
They come here. Okay, then as we do the breaths, they come up further and further, and then we turn. And then we let them go as we exhale.
Thank you.
They come back down together. Great question. Thank you so much. And we're going to be going to the essence of Tai Chi Chuan, the literary tradition, and the teachings of Ptah-Hotep. And see, I think Friday, as we enter a new season, we'll be in the new season. On Friday, what we will do is we'll get a couple of new books from another part of the world so we can continue our wisdom from the sages of the ages. How's that? Sounds like that's a good thing, and we should do that. All right, so here we go. The essence of Tai Chi Chuan literary tradition. And if memory serves me, we were in the 5-character secret and we had done calm and agility. And so we are now at breath, to gather the breath, to gather the chi. And so here we are. If the chi, if the breath is dispersed, then it is not stored or accumulated and is easy to scatter. Let the breath, let the chi penetrate the spine and the inhalation and exhalation be smooth and unimpeded throughout the entire body. The inhalation closes and gathers. The exhalation opens and it discharges. Because the inhalation can naturally raise and also uproot the opponent, the exhalation can naturally sink down and also discharge them. This is by means of the mind, not the strength, mobilizing the breath. And now from the teachings of Ptah-Hotep. Okay. If you are a person of trust, sent by one great person to another great person. Be careful to stick to the essence of the message that you were asked to transmit. Give the message exactly as it was given to you. Guard against provocative speech, which makes one great person angry with another. Just keep to the truth. Do not exceed it. However, even though there may have been an outburst in the message, you should not repeat it. Do not malign anyone, great or small. The Ka, the spirit soul, abhors it. Right, well, thank you. Your time, your attendance, your participation, your questions, and most importantly, your presence. We have reached this moment where it's our time to return to another space where we may be the one leading the circle. I'm grateful to have this time with you where I led in the circle, and I cannot await the time that the circle comes around, that we may be in reciprocal relationship and I learned from you. Thank you. Atapu. Peace to you. Heru Nefer. Ankh Uja Seneb, life, health, strength, and posterity. Amanre Sut in the chair, Atanre Neb, and Ankh, as we bow out to all the masters that have gone before us, we bow. Teacher to student, student to teacher, Ashe. Honoring, showing respect for the ancestors, and giving praise unto the eternal witnesses of the earth and sky. I leave you in peace. Atapu. Ankh Uja Seneb, life, health, strength, and posterity. Amanre Sut and the Cheratinore Neb and Ankh. The hidden rules the revealed, and the revealed rules life. Peace.